back to another episode of Trash is Full. I'm your host, Jackie, and with me is Wes. Party on, Wes.
Where did that come from?
Like Wayne's World? Yeah. Like, it just makes me think of that when I was saying it.
Party on.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're bringing it back.
Oh,
what a day.
what a day. I know. I was thinking the same thing.
It wasn't like super eventful, but like I feel like both you and I, we both had like big ups and big downs.
Like energy-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, they were at the opposite times.
That's true. Because if we're both going through it together, then we're like at each other. And there's tension. And then like, we don't mean to take it out on each other, but like we somehow do, even though like, I don't know. We should know by now, like, not to take it personally when we're in those moods. But I feel like sometimes you do.
I'm getting better at not taking it personally when you're going
when I'm in
it.
a mood. Yeah, because it has nothing to do with you.
I know.
But you are just like, oh, like, and I don't mean to like be like snippy with you or anything. And I hope like I'm not, but it's just like you, like when I'm in a mood like that, like you kind of like come at me like you're trying to make it better.
Yeah,
And it's like, I don't need that. Like it'll.
I can recognize that now. And
yeah.
But at the same time, I got to keep checking in and keep testing the water.
I like that. And I appreciate that you just don't kind of leave me out there hanging and But
I used to just be like, all right, she's being a bitch. I'm going to write her off.
Yeah,
for the rest
exactly.
Of the day, you know?
Yeah.
It's way easier than like keep checking in and going back and then getting the cold shoulder a couple times.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
I
think you take it personally. Like,
this
isn't good enough. Like, she can't just get over it when I'm trying to soothe her or whatever, comfort her or whatever.
Yeah, and that's an ego thing. But I could tell when early this morning, like
it's like when I first woke up. I mean, it was fine this morning. So this morning, what time was it? It was probably about 6 o'clock. Yeah. The girls, the two toddlers, they've been coming in our rooms recently. Like it's only been since we moved here because the special door handles do not allow for a child lock so they can escape. And so they like to come to our room as early as 5:30, 6 o'clock sometimes. And they crawl in bed with us, which would be great if
they just laid still.
And could just kind of cuddle and okay, let's go back to sleep for another hour or 30 minutes. But no, it's
just move around until you get up.
It's toss and turn and and it's like
that put you in a funk right away. I was up at like 5 or something, whatever time.
Yeah, I was still in bed. You were already up when that happened.
But, I understand you like to sleep more.
No, I need
you need
to sleep more. And also, I mean, I am at like a sleep deficiency at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's not about like I'm trying to catch up on how long have we lived here now?
A month or so, a month and a half maybe.
Okay. So like a month's worth of sleep. Yeah. Like I haven't been sleeping well since we moved here. It's just me getting used to things, you being gone and traveling so much. Like I'm here by myself and that kind of, I have an uneasiness. A lot of things kind of wake me up, So I'm just trying to play catch up at this point. I'm not asking for much, but I'm just asking for like 7 o'clock at this point. Just 7 o'clock in the morning. If I could just sleep until 7.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's going to happen.
But I saw that, you were not happy about once again getting less sleep than you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I just kind of like, all right, I'll speak to the girls and not speak to you. Not that I was like trying to ignore you. I just recognized that.
No, I
and
get
then
that.
Later in the day, you were making dinner and you're like, hey, I need you to take care of the girls. And they wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And so that put me in a funk. And then you were able to comfort the girls because I couldn't.
Yeah. Because I was out of my mood by then.
Yeah.
Because I took like a really short little cat nap while they were taking a nap today, which just really helped.
Yeah. And then it was bath time. And that got you back into the funk with Sarah acting like a wild child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like.
Yeah. A lot of
You were
ebbs
down, I
and
was
flows
up.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my mood.
But I think that we're doing a much better job than we did earlier on in our relationship.
As far as what? Like when those stressors or
being the
triggers
counterbalance.
happen?
Instead of like placing blame or being like, what's wrong with you? Or like, you got to snap out of it, or I don't know, or being passive aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm guilty of that for sure.
I don't know. Today was, a big feelings day, but I think we did a good job.
Yeah. I think just in the past, like the passive aggressiveness comes from like, why aren't you recognizing that I'm doing something?
Yeah.
And I can't complete this task or I can't do it.
Yeah.
While also like trying to entertain
and
the girls
the
or appease them or something. Like, I don't know if it's, because you're just not like, if you're so like engrossed in what you're doing that you're just kind of not really like.
Whatever's bothering you isn't bothering me at that time.
Okay.
And then I can't know that it's bothering you if you don't say anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the weakness there is not being able to say, hey, time out. This is bothering me. I need help.
Yeah.
Please do this.
Yeah.
And then boom. Because and this is probably for a lot of men, but like when I'm summoned, like I'm in, you know what I mean? But if it's not bothering me,
right,
I don't know what's bothering you until I'm called in.
Well, okay. So now that you say that,
oh, this is good.
Like that has me thinking about like other times where, like I can tune out a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so I feel like sometimes something will be happening and like it's not bothering me. And so I just kind of let it go.
Yeah.
But it's bothering you and you just go right to like a 8 or a 9 kind of thing.
Hold on.
So
I'm gonna pause this. Okay. And we are back.
We're
Sorry,
back.
we had a little pee emergency.
No, not from one of us.
No.
Not our pee emergency.
This was a
It
child.
was a child screaming mommy from their bedroom.
Okay. I'm going to bring us back. We're talking about our ability to tune stuff out. I am terrible at this.
You're not good at it. I think me being a teacher, or a former teacher, and having a room filled with like 25 little ones, you almost have to. Like, there's no way that you can be in tune at all times of the day with that many. Like, you got to learn when to tune it out and focus on one, or you know what I mean, like a group. So I feel like maybe I'm just like, so I'm like, all right, it's not a big deal. It's not bothering me. So I'm just gonna let that go. And then you're over there like, can you do something about that?
Yeah. I'm like, fucking answer her and she'll stop screaming your name. No, I totally get that. I've been trained like to be I'm in operations, right? So like high speed. I mean, this came from the military into what I do now. Yeah. Like everything matters. Every word that's said, everything that's not said, body language, it's all important. So I'm constantly watching that stuff. Even when we're out, I'm watching other people for those things. Yeah. So like
a hypervigilance.
Yeah.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
which I guess, I don't know, in today's day, it's probably a good thing.
And I mean, in regards to safety, but like just making things happen, like with my job, like those little cues early can save you. Like if you can stop the thing from happening. Right.
Hours of work and
and headache and money, a lot of money, so I think there's a difference there. And it could be just a man-woman thing too. I think a lot of dads are wired to...
You think so? I feel like it's typically the opposite.
Well,
like
with
the
me-
men are the ones that are just kind of sitting
down.
back and
Well, with me, behavior, like the shortest amount of time that you can allow bad behavior to happen, the better.
Okay.
Because when it gets too far,
It's
takes
hard to reel it back
a
in.
ton of time. And it's like, well, it wasn't a problem for so long, and now it is.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, like, the sooner you can nip that in the bud, the better.
I get that.
So, but yeah, I mean, we're just wired differently.
Yeah.
And it took me way too long to realize, like, that's the thing, like, with marriage in particular, like, I believe I'm living in a good way, right? And that I believe that I'm smart and capable, and so that my thoughts are correct.
Gotcha.
So any thoughts that differ from mine or actions that differ from mine, because mine are correct, must be incorrect. And that's not the case. Two things can be existing at once.
Yeah.
And it just takes...
Like Dr. Becky says, there can be two truths. Two things can be true.
Absolutely. And
it took me 40 years to realize that
Why?
like, it was always just like, oh, I'm either right or wrong, and you're either right or wrong. Like that's it. But
it doesn't allow for
we
any
can
perspective.
both, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you got to think about like all of your experiences and background and stuff that, you know, I wasn't a part of or there for, like that, that all plays a part in that perception.
Yeah.
So,
You know what's really shitty is that
what?
I am, like, at work, I can pick up on people's social cues. Like,
Okay.
I'm not really good at operations. Like, I'm good at people.
Yeah.
And so, like, I can pick up on so much at work and be really good and deliberate about how I interact with people, motivate people, build people back up, give feedback correct, all that stuff. And it took me 20 years of our marriage for me to be like, oh, I should probably do that shit at home too, dum-dum. Like, that's really sad.
That's where it's the most important.
It's the most important.
Right,
But,
'cause
like, I spend more of
most
my time
right
at work.
Yeah.
And
And maybe you kind of you use all that there. Do you know what I mean?
I
For
think-
when
yeah.
you come home, you're just kind of like drained, and it's like, okay, like
There's part of that. And then there's also the safety net of, like, well,
I make you feel safe so you can
my
act
family
like
isn't.
an ass.
Yeah, my family's not going to fire me.
Right. Okay.
My family can't promote me.
That's-
My family
yeah.
can't give me more money. The only things that are going to do those things are at work.
Yeah.
And so that's also where I'm rewarded for good things. Like, so if I
Gotcha.
do good things, I'm rewarded.
Yeah, with
If I do-
promotions and yeah.
If I do bad things, I'm, not rewarded.
Yeah.
At home, it's neither,
yeah.
you're neither rewarded or punished.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless it goes too far, and then I
Sure.
mean,
Yeah.
kind of can be
But, like,
punished
that,
at least.
because there is that, intrinsic reward system,
Mm-hmm.
my mind is like, oh, it's a game. I know how to win the game. I'll do the good things and not the bad things. Boom.
Yeah.
But at home, marriage.
But you don't feel intrinsically rewarded when, like, if you do something that makes me feel good, then I
Yeah.
kind of like not reward you, but like I'm like, oh, okay, like, and I give you more attention or affection, or do you know what I mean?
I think so, but with the two littles, it's not enough to swing it either way.
Oh, I got
You know what I mean? Like, if you're pissed off, I'm not going to get any more attention or love. And if you're really happy, I'm probably not going to get any more attention or love.
It's just a baseline.
It's
all
it's
day.
It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, so she's not talking to me right now. And then, then she is talking to me right now. But, like, that, there really isn't big enough swings.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it has to be an internal, like, no matter what's happening, as many times, whatever highest percentage I can, do the good thing and, try to make you happy, try to make the kids happy, do the best thing. I don't know. at work, there's just a much
no, I totally
there's
get
a reward
that.
system built in.
Yeah, no. I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, no, I know. I have noticed at home you trying, and sometimes I'm like, oh, like is that something that he read about in a book that he's trying out, or in a podcast he listened to and he's doing? Like, okay,
I really had the realization of like, I don't know, it's either something really good or something really bad happened at work. I can't remember the exact, scenario.
Okay.
But something jogged my mind of, you're a people guy. Like, you know how to move a person or a group of people to accomplish a certain thing. Why can't you do that shit at home? Like, it's just, I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
Yeah, we're a big group at home.
That's it. Yeah.
There's a big group here.
But I don't know. It wasn't really.
But there's also children.
It wasn't really a book or anything, but it was just, I just had that realization of like, if you're so fucking good at people.
Yeah, you live with a bunch of people.
Why aren't you and your wife like the happiest couple on earth?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
If you know people, then she's a person. So
yeah, but you don't know. Like,
good.
You're not like a psychologist or like a relationship expert or
but I'm
couples counselor. Do
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like you might not necessarily know like how to get people to communicate better.
But that's the thing. Like, I do at work.
Oh.
So it's like, why can I do
Maybe
that at home?
communicate feelings.
I'm telling you.
Yeah?
That's
what it is at home, at
that's
work.
the gold. Like, because it's always like numbers. Oh, you feeling down? Take some time off. Numbers. But like the gold is in how are you feeling? What does that mean? How do you relate? How do you cope? Those sorts of things. Why can't I do that at home? So, yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm giving it more attention. So hopefully it's noticeable. And
no, it totally has been.
A good thing.
Yeah. No, it totally has been.
Good.
Yeah. You acknowledge things. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all the stuff.
But I also sent you a lot of videos and stuff too.
So honestly,
to kind of nudge you like, hey, I'm not very good at articulating things, but here's somebody who is, and this is exactly what I'm thinking.
So I think it might have been those videos that
Really?
got me thinking, yeah, I know how to do those things. Okay. I do them at work and not at home. So like the big one for me was validating feelings. Like,
yes. Okay. So that's really important. You used to just kind of brush that shit off.
Yeah. But at work, I never did because I knew that's how you build people up and get them to trust you and then lead them.
Yeah.
And I never did that at home.
No.
I was like, well, your feelings aren't the same as mine, so they're wrong.
Yeah.
Because mine
like,
are
what's
right.
wrong with you? It's almost gaslighting a little bit.
Yeah, but why would I do that?
I don't know, because you wanted to be right. It was so important for you to be right.
But why did I want to be right in one aspect of my life and not the other?
I don't know.
It's just very confusing for me.
I think because you're just so comfortable with me.
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time, and you just feel like, okay, I can just do this. I don't have to put in any effort. Do you know what I mean? Because you put in so much effort at work, at home, you just kind of want to just be.
Well, I think, too, you get in that mindset of like, well, she's not going to leave me. And like, I'll fix this later. Right? You know what I mean?
True.
So I apologize for that.
No,
but yeah, I think those
appreciate
videos helped. And it was like, yeah, I know how to do all those things.
Okay.
Why am I not doing them at home? So
let's do those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
So
good.
I'm actually looking for them now.
Okay.
I'm looking for when you're feeling something different than what I would anticipate
or expect
myself feeling
in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
In every moment. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's helping me recognize your ups and downs too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Instead of saying like, what's wrong? Just be like, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, if I need to.
Because if you say, what's wrong? Or, are you good? Like, it almost comes off as like, what's your problem?
Why aren't you good?
Yeah, like, what is going on with you?
Well, now that I'm paying attention, I'm like.
So just like, how are you feeling?
I'm
like,
not a dummy.
Check in with how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And then I almost need to be like, I read in this book recently, like, a lot of the times when people will ask you, like, how are you? Or how are you feeling? A lot of the times we're just like, oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just the default answer, right?
You know,
But
30 minutes to break
But
into.
she was like, the author was like, sometimes you just need to be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
In that moment, you're just kind of like, I honestly don't know. Like, I need a second to kind of process this. Like, how am I feeling? Am I, upset by this? Am I just a little sad? Like,
I need some time.
what? Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
just give me a second. Like, but yeah, I've never thought about answering like, I don't know right now. Let me get back to you. Like, let me think about how I'm feeling, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like I just need more time to process things. Like, my brain just doesn't process things as fast as maybe you or some other people. So I almost have to kind of stop and be like, all right, like, how am I feeling? Or how do I feel about this? So
have you, again, it could be just a man-woman thing, but like speed for me is important because
yes, I know.
I got a lot of shit to do.
I know.
So like I categorize real quick, like my feeling, my emotions, my thoughts.
Compartmentalize, right?
Yeah, compartmentalize. And I just put it in a bucket.
Yeah, I don't do that very well.
And you let them linger. And that would give me so much anxiety.
Well, I do have that.
I know. But like, do you think that's a skill that you can build on or is worth learning more about or building on? Because the more like, it's like having a, like go into the girls' toy room right now, right? There's toys everywhere, but everything has a spot.
It does.
And once it's in the spot, you feel a lot calmer, safer, cleaner, organized, more control. And like, that's how I try to keep, my brain and my thoughts and my feelings. Like, so yours seems more like, a clutter.
Jumbled.
Yeah. And that would give you anxiety.
Yeah. I would say it was like that. Being on medication has definitely changed that. It just kind of all falls into place.
Does it fall into place, or do you just not give a shit about it?
Maybe it's a little bit of that too.
Because I don't know if that's good either.
I mean, I give a shit about the stuff that
is important in the moment.
Yeah. And maybe.
But you still got to go back and pick that shit up eventually,
right? Right. But I guess I kind of think about like, is it important to do that right now?
Sure. Yeah.
Or is it something I can kind of deal with and sort out later? Because the girls require a lot of attention and redirection, and just it doesn't leave a lot of time for me to sort that stuff out. So when I do get my alone time, I feel like that's kind of when I like plug all that shit in where it needs to go.
That's cool.
So yeah, but medication definitely helps. So
it's good.
Well, I guess.
And we'll get into that, I'm sure.
Yeah,
in another
we
episode.
will. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. I should have been medicated a long time ago. Let's just say that.
It's been a fun road. It's been definitely, I don't know, not every year's been the same. Especially the past 3 or 4.
What, with us?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh. Well, I think having a new baby after how many years? Was it 13?
Yeah, Anna was 13.
Oh my gosh. Was it really?
Yeah, we had a 13-year-old was our youngest.
Holy shit.
And you're like, let's do more.
Wow. I didn't realize it was 13. For some reason, I thought it was 10.
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we were almost done.
Oh, I hate when people say that.
I know.
Somebody else said that to me, like at school. They were like, "Oh, you were almost done," and it's like, who wants to be almost done? Who wants their children like out of their homes?
So,
I mean, I understand that is inevitable.
That's the goal, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
it's not, I wouldn't say it's a goal of mine, but it's inevitable. They're going to grow up. They're going to become adults. They're going to have their own goals and dreams and passions and paths, and they're going to go off and do their own things. Right.
Yeah.
And I get that, but never, I'm going to get emotional talking about this.
Yeah.
Never has it like ever crossed my mind. I mean, like we have a 20-year-old or he's almost 20, right?
Yeah.
Never has it ever like crossed my mind. Like I can't wait for him or her to be gone or out or like, no, like honestly, I feel like when it does happen, when someone does like permanently move on, do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be weird for a while.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, it will.
Yeah.
But here's,
I'm gonna be,
so,
I
know you will.
I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna be like, honey, we need to have another one. No, I'm joking.
Like, well, all right.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna get a secret vasectomy. I'm like, well, you gotta keep trying.
Yeah. We'll need to get a dog or something. I don't know. Like, we're all gonna be sad.
When I joke about like we were almost done, right?
Okay.
Here's how I think about it now. I didn't always think about it this way. So the only thing outside of work that keeps us from being together
okay.
are the attention of little kids.
Yes, you have expressed.
And so not having more littles would mean that I would have
more time with me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just interject there.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't know if that would be the case.
I don't know that either.
Because we didn't have littles for quite a while.
I know. It almost took the littles for me to realize that what I actually wanted was a better relationship.
Okay.
And not something outside the home.
Gotcha.
Not a better job, not more money. Like,
yeah. Because that's what,
When the girls came in, I'm like, no, I wanted you.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Because
like how often did we honestly have like a date night or anything like that? Like before, like
we'd go out on a weekend to a winery or something every once in a while, but
that was more like our anniversary. We would go to a winery. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it just. I don't know. We just didn't prioritize each other.
Bingo, that's the best word. I didn't prioritize it.
Yeah, we just didn't. And I don't know if it's because we just like were used to, like we were just used to it. Like this is what it is just because like with you being in the military, you were gone so much and just kind of like, and I think you said it a lot of times, like when you would come back, you're like, I haven't been home. I don't like, I want to be at home. I don't want to go out. Do you know what I mean? Like, cause you've been out, like you want to stay at home. And then I was kind of the opposite. It's like, I've been home.
I need to get out.
We need to go out.
And I don't even think it was a location that was the thing that was tripping us up. It was just, we needed to make each other the priority.
Yeah.
Like, and this isn't even a thought that I had thought of in the last, until the last 5 years, but the husband and wife relationship is more important than the kids.
Well, that's what a lot of people say.
How do you think about that statement? Because I never even gave it thought until I heard it. And I'm like, that's 100% true. And I'm not doing a good job at it.
Well, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like as the mom and as the default parent, it's hard to like put our relationship first. Only because like they come to me for everything.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, then like I'm exhausted and I feel like then I don't have the energy to give to like our relationship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's
like, and hopefully that'll change is, when they get older, they won't, they'll be more independent. They can do more stuff on their own. And then, but it's like, will it, is it not, will it be too late by then? Obviously, like we're not going anywhere, but like, I don't know. Why would you want to wait to have that?
Well, I think so. There's been some changes at work now, so I'll get to be home more often.
I am so looking forward to that.
Me too. So that may lend itself, because when I'm gone, there is
nobody else. It's just mom. I'm the parent.
Yeah, there's
no other parent.
Yeah, you're the parent. So when I come home, it'd be weird for us to expect that, the girls would be like, okay, now I'm going to go to them equally. Like, it's not going to happen. But that does speak to, hey, you and I haven't gotten together and come up with, the right process or system or things to say or, strategy to make sure we can even that load and get the girls used to coming to me more. Mm-hmm. We just kind of hope it would change, and you don't really get very far just hoping and wishing. Like, you do got to put some thought into it and then execute whatever plan that is. So I do think we need some more work there in order to make that happen. But I feel like when you and I are good, the
whole house is good.
The whole home is good. Mm-hmm. Even when we're not like, I'm not talking about when it's like, just your normal day and, we're cool. We're not fighting, but we're not like good. You know what I mean? But when we're good, man, that shit just radiates through the whole house. Yeah. So like, we should do as much as we can to make sure that we can stay in that state as often as possible. Even when we're, not eye to eye, we can still maintain that, like, hey, we're not eye to eye right now, but we're good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
And we don't really fight anymore, do we? I mean, not a lot. We disagree, but I feel like I think we've put so much thought in to like our situation that we're like, okay, we've been through this before for 20 plus years. Like, this is a disagreement and we're going to figure this shit out. Yeah. And I feel like we're a little more proactive now and like bringing up, we don't let it go. Dude, we used to go like days.
I was going to say that. Like talking. A week. No. Yeah. Like a week.
We would live in the same house, sleep in the same bed.
Sleep it's in not the like same bed.
We separated
No,
bedrooms.
It wasn't like someone was sleeping on the couch. No. Oh no, I'm not about to do that. I'm sleeping in my comfortable bed.
A fucking week. We wouldn't talk to each other.
We wouldn't talk. We'd pass each other in the hallway. We'd share a bathroom. We'd both be at our sink brushing our teeth.
Fucking nothing.
No eye contact either. No. Wouldn't talk. No.
But then like
but then something would happen. How do we get out of it? One of us would eventually break, right?
I think someone would just get horny and be like, let's get it. Like, let's just figure this out.
It's like, all right, we got one of us. It was probably you.
I was giving you. I didn't say every time,
Yeah. No.
You know what's real shitty in those situations too is that it's so unnatural to live with someone like that.
Yeah.
So that you have to continuously talk yourself into buying into whatever that problem is. Like,
be like, oh, that's right. The motherfucker did this.
And then
like, I'm not talking to him.
And then it turns into like, I didn't do anything wrong. She doesn't want to talk to me. Uh-huh. And like, you got to do that in your head. And you're just.
He needs to apologize. I'm not saying anything.
Winding yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why it went on so long.
Yeah. It was more of a battle with myself to be like, I'm not going to break.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I'm the strong one. Like, I wasn't wrong. I'm not saying anything.
It's so stupid.
I know. It really is. Yeah. I know.
It's been
But honestly, you're the strong one when you're like, hey, I know I messed up, or I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And then, 5, 6, 7 days, whatever it is later, I can't even remember what the fuck.
No, we can't.
So like, hey, can we talk now? And you're like, yeah, what's up?
It really bothered me when I think you said that.
It didn't even go there. It was just like,
like, hey,
like, what are you doing right now?
I'm sorry, this is stupid.
Look at this funny meme.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do it? And then it was over. Yeah. So stupid.
I know.
Guys, don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't. Just talk. Talk it out.
Give it time, though. If it does need to breathe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy myself some grace there and like.
Yeah. Okay, but not a week.
I don't understand her feelings right now. I'm not trying to understand mine. So I don't need to hash this out right now. Mm-hmm. I think it's okay if we're quiet for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But like the next day, you need to
Or something.
You need to get it out.
Yeah.
And be like, hey.
When you've got the time, when the kids are in bed or something. Yeah.
All right, so
just
how
be
do you,
like, hey.
Like for me, I would think I would approach it because I'm telling you, those videos fucked me up. Because I'm like, okay, I know how to do this at work. Why can't I do it at home?
Okay.
So like, how would I do it at work? And I would just, I come to confrontation or rumors like just head on. Mm-hmm. And I would say, hey, I'm not sure, what your thoughts are or what you're feeling. Not even really sure what I'm feeling right now, but there's some unease between us and I'd like to get it out in the air. And that works every time.
Mm-hmm. That would work with me.
I know. But I never did that.
If you approached me like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I would be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this.
We can't have anything just hanging in the air.
Well, not at work. You're not going to get shit done.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or like
people are going to be focused on that. They're going to be thinking about that.
Or now you have enemies. And like
that too.
You can't really have that, inside of an organization. Well, this is an organization at the house, right?
It is.
So like, why wouldn't I approach it the same way? It's just really stupid.
Yeah.
I hope my kids.
But now you know.
I hope my kids do better.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know.
I don't know because the outward bad things that they've seen are pretty scarring, I think.
Like what?
Just like me being loud or like pissed off or upset or like, I think those things are the things that stick with you. Not like.
The bad stuff sticks with you.
Yeah. I don't think they're like, oh, dad put his arm around mom right there. Or like, and they're never going to see the private conversations where all the hard work is done, right? Because we shield the kids from that. So it's like, well, what do they have to go off of? True. All the stupid blow-ups where you're just a human exploding. It's
almost like, you should like sit them down afterwards. Be like, hey, mom and I were, we were fighting over this, but we sat down and we talked it out and this is how we resolved it. And
even if we stuck to like,
that way they know like, oh yeah, well if I have that with my partner or spouse, nice. like, oh, you just say this or that, or this is what you do. Like, okay, it's good to know.
Even if you could get outside of the like, hey, this is why we were fighting but we worked it out. Like, even if you could get to like, hey, did you notice in the house it was real weird for a couple of days? That's because me and mom weren't seeing eye to eye.
I think they noticed. How could you not notice?
But to hear it from your parents, being like, I know that you felt this. Yeah. And we recognize that it's because of us. But let me tell you, you don't even have to go into specifics. Like, no. Me and mom got it out and we're good. You know what I mean? And so now you can feel the house is nice and light and airy, right? So they can remember like, okay, when we're having heavy, feelings towards each other, that does impact the house.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it has to.
But no one ever has those conversations with their kids. I hope that, we can get to that point.
I mean, we could easily. I mean, I feel like we have that relationship with them where we could sit them down.
Oh, for sure.
Like, hey, like.
And they're honest too. They'll be like, yeah, we know. You guys are fucking crazies again. Oh, mom and dad are back at it.
Like we were really worried.
And like,
we thought you guys were going to get a divorce.
We should ask them that. Do you think there's ever been a time, like, were there ever times where you thought mom and dad were getting a divorce? We should ask that.
We should.
I think it's important too to like recognize that this happens in every house.
What? These situations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when times are good, the house is good. When times are bad, the house is bad. And everyone has good and bad.
I feel like it's always about the mom, right?
How so?
Mama ain't happy. Ain't nobody happy. I mean, how do you feel about that? Was there any truth to that?
I think if mama ain't happy, daddy shouldn't be happy. But I also think if dad's not happy, then mom shouldn't be happy either.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a good.
I think it kind of goes.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Because otherwise, you guys made a decision or
something. Yeah, something happened where there was a situation. Somebody's not happy because of something.
There was no compromise. It was a he
or
versus
someone ain't, yeah,
a he versus she,
or someone ain't helping somebody out. Someone's over there overwhelmed, overworked, and not, yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy into the like, if mom ain't happy, that ain't nobody happy. That statement is true, but it goes both. If dad is not happy, ain't nobody happy either.
I agree to that.
Dad can make the house
Ooh,
miserable.
Yes, I know that all too well.
So I think if one's happy and the other's not, it's because of a compromise that didn't happen, or an action that wasn't taken, or someone, you know what I mean? Like there's something going on. And if one's happy and the other's not, then times aren't good. Mm-hmm. And so you gotta
there's
figure that
obviously
shit out.
tension that's just all over the place.
Yeah. Tension. That's the word.
Mm-hmm. No, you can feel it. You can.
How do you?
It's like walking on eggshells. You're just like, I don't know. Yeah. How to proceed.
Yeah. And it can go.
Don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. I don't want to make this worse.
Could be the husband. Could be the wife. Could be the kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel that shit at work too. You know what I mean? So like it all. Yeah. It's just like, I'm really upset that it took me so long to be like, oh, you're really good at work because of these skills. Bring it home. It's so fucking stupid.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Still got another, what?
6 years.
6?
I don't know how long I'm going to make it, babe. Went pretty hard.
All right. 6 years.
Oh, shit.
Better start looking.
Looking? What do you mean?
For the next.
No, I said I'll be dead by then.
I know. And I said I got to start looking
I guess
for the next. Yeah. And someone pay for all these kids.
They're expensive.
They are expensive. Yeah.
So that's a good segue. Right now, it makes complete sense for you to be home. Mm-hmm. When the two littles are in school, any thought to, do you want to still be home? Do you want to go to work? Do you want to volunteer? Like, what do you see yourself doing?
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, it's still like so far off that.
But it's like, nah, because Sarah's turning 4 this year.
Yeah, but we still have Mary. She's 2.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she still has 3 years. Yeah. Like, a lot can happen.
Sure.
In 3 years. I mean,
anything that you're like dying to do, or aspirations, or anything like that?
Really, I feel like I'm still like really lost. I mean, I was a teacher for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know that I want to continue that.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like finding a new identity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, I do.
I'm not a teacher anymore, or I don't know if I want to be a teacher anymore. So then it's like, well, what am I going to be? Like, I feel like I'm not contributing if both the littles are in school. And I mean, I know that there's stuff around the house that like needs to get done, but like, it's not a whole like fucking day's worth. Like,
right.
Let's be real.
Every day. Yeah.
Like you do a load of laundry, like you vacuum or something. And then you're like, okay, now what do I do? And I'm not one to just like sit around. Like, you know that. Yeah. So I would be itching to do something. I just don't know what that is yet.
I think it's okay.
You know, I know I really love kids and I loved working with them, but I just don't know if I want all that stress and pressure that comes along with being a teacher nowadays.
Well, I can tell you as the spouse of someone who is doing it.
Okay.
It ain't worth the paycheck. I can tell you that.
Well, the paycheck ain't much. It's more of like you're doing it for the kids, not for the money or the glory or the recognition, because you don't get any of that. It's more because like you just want these kids to succeed, but
then there's no that's what fucks with me, is because like I know if I do a good job I can guarantee an outcome, right?
Yeah.
But as a teacher, you can do a great job and that kid could turn into the next
Right,
president, next Elon Musk, or it could turn into the next Hitler. And
I mean, you only get those 10 months with them. So
there's no guarantee that what you put in is going to make the difference that you're hoping for. Like, that's the mind fuck for me. Yeah. Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm like, I'm going to make sure that outcome happens.
Yeah.
You can't do that as a teacher.
No, you can't. You can't control, their future. Unfortunately.
You can't even control what happens when they get home.
No, that's a big thing too. It's a big stressor.
Yeah.
So
like if you told me that you're not going back into teaching, I would be happy.
Yeah.
To be honest, even though I know that's where, you've got the most experience and you got joy out of it.
Yeah.
But just seeing, all the things that happened outside of the classroom, seeing that happen to you, just all the stress, the parents, the administration, the extra time, the money, like, we had to come out of pocket just to keep your classroom afloat.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, if you want, But so, I don't know. Well, I honestly was thinking about it the other day. I was just like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I even started looking on LinkedIn. I was like, what's out there? You know what I mean? Like, I have a freaking master's degree. Like, I got to do something, but I don't know. I honestly, I'm hoping that something will happen. Like, either no,
it never happens, by the way. You have to make shit happen.
Like with, when, one of the little starts school, or you know what I mean? Something will, click. Something will be like, oh, okay, there's that. Or, oh yeah, I could do this. Just when things start rolling in that direction,
as they appear, it'll make sense.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, well, let me go, research more into that, or let me apply for that. Or so.
I'm not putting pressure on you.
No, I know you're not.
I was just curious if you've given it thought.
Oh, I have, but there's no definitive answer yet. Okay. Yeah, I honestly just don't know.
I can get on board with that.
I know, but then I'm like, how can I just abandon teaching? But I don't know.
You put in your time.
Yeah, I've put in time, and I've put in a lot of money.
Yeah,
towards it too. And how can I just not? I mean, I don't know. There's got to be maybe another avenue in that. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, but it's going to be the same everywhere.
Well, I'm just saying, not necessarily teaching, but maybe creating curriculum, or do you know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. If it was for me, logical, I'm I can create the best curriculum in the world. Nobody gives a shit, and they'll kind of use it, kind of won't. They'll do their own thing. They'll shit talk it. They won't
Well, school districts, they have to adopt.
Yeah.
A curriculum, and
then you start thinking well, it's all for this, standardized test, and who gives a shit? I don't know. I would be.
You're opposed to it.
It would be real easy to talk myself out of that. Okay. But when I said you've put in your time, I didn't mean you have to keep going. I was saying you put in your time. You can walk away and feel no guilt. I mean,
I don't feel guilty. I just feel like I don't have any other skills.
That's how I feel.
I know how to teach, which is a pretty big deal. That's a big thing. But yeah, I don't know anything else. I don't really have any other passions at the moment.
I think you should just devote all your time to taking care of me.
Yeah, I know. I was watching something, and there was this lady, and her kids were all in school now, but she was still a stay-at-home mom, and she was like, yeah, I still clean and vacuum, and then you know what? I take a nap. And I'm like, I just don't know if I could do that.
But you know what? You're wired just like your mom. gotta be working.
I
Gotta
gotta go. Yeah.
So like you could just find. She does
some
all
kind of
kinds.
part-time little
Yeah, she's like,
job.
oh, you need your house painted? Boom. You need,
True.
you want this cleaned?
Yeah.
I got you.
I guess
you know?
nothing like real permanent so that it's like, hey, my kiddo is
There's
sick.
no, like,
I'm
no
not. Yeah.
Clock in, clock
Yeah.
out. It's like as a job appears,
Yeah.
I've got the skill for that. I'll hook it up. Boom.
True.
You pay me. And then I don't need to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could see you doing that.
Okay.
Because people
maybe.
like you. And
Maybe.
they'll spread the word. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to be a teacher or something, but yeah, she painted my house. So I don't know.
She has thousands of dollars in student debt, but yeah, she can come clean your house.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So I could see that.
Okay.
Or it's like just something to keep you from going stir crazy.
Yes,
being at home.
because I would. I can't yeah. The shit would be cleaned twice over, and I would still
Well,
be
then
like,
you'd be real anal about it, and no one
okay.
would be happy.
yeah. I'd be like, oh my
You'd be
god,
like,
I
I
just
can't even
spent.
take my shoes.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We got some time, but something I have kind of been mulling over.
Well, that's good, and I'm excited for you. And you still got 2 or 3 years before we have to make that decision, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think we call it? Is that a good episode?
Yeah, I think so.
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, we covered a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, it was pretty
Got a little-
rapid fire.
Huh?
It was rapid fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. Rapid fire. All right. Well, thanks for sticking around with us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next week.
All right. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.